Why do I look like the pig in my background?
What the fuck?
Oh,
Excuse me, sir.
You don't see it?
No, I'm making that.
there you got to take the glasses off.
Ooh, Nut Lover, I love your
Oh,
nails.
there it is. There it is. Picture perfect.
They're so cute.
Welcome back to Two Couples, One Podcast. My name is John. We've got this dude over here. We got those two girls up there. We got Sean, Jenna, Mel, and we
He
are.
forgot my name. Did you see that? He forgot my name.
I said Mel. That's just.
Wow.
Wow.
It took you a second. You're like, this is Mel.
I was debating.
Mhm.
I was in debate mode of whether or not I should call you Mel, Melly, or Nut Lover, or whatever. Anyhow,
Look at the eyes on his head. He's confused today.
they look like boobs.
They do.
And here we
over
go,
easy,
ladies
eh?
and gentlemen.
We're off and running. This is a good start. All right, y'all. Today's topic is the Mandela effects, and we have each chosen our own Mandela to talk about. And because of the fact that I looked into multiple Mandelas, and I thought I need to find something that I could really talk about. And the only thing I can be somewhat professional with and knowledgeable with is Star Wars, because I'm a Star Wars geek. I've known it, lived it, loved it my whole life. So when I hear about these Mandelas, it drives me absolutely freaking nuts. So that's what we're going to talk about. Each of us have our own subject. And so I'm going to start off with Star Wars. So let's jump in to this topic. So, what is the Mandela effect? Well, most people think that the Mandela is a psychological something psychological. It's like a phenomenon, something that is, and I remember certain things. Okay, I'm going to talk about Star Wars, right? We have C3PO. Everybody knows that C3PO was gold. At one point, there was a silver leg and a red arm. We know that about the lightsabers in the first three movies, and everybody says they're red and blue. We'll talk about that. Um, and then we also have the obvious, the big one, Luke, I am your father, which I grew up knowing that being the truth. But so a Mandela effect. So what is the Mandela effect? This Mandela effect is a source of confusion, or it's a memory reconstruction, or it's a suggestibility or misinformation. And a misinformation is like when people are talking, having a discussion, and they say something that sounds right, and so your brain automatically just kind of puts it into effect that that's what it is. So you just kind of run with it. And even though you've seen the movie a million times, it sounds right. Luke, I am your father. Well, somebody says, Kevin, I am your father, or Jenna, I am your father. And then it's taken differently. A lot of it too is memory. You see certain things that you want to see but you're missing certain very fine details, and somebody else will fill in the blanks, or you might look at it. Some people call it like you're lying. Oh, you're lying to me. It's not that you're lying. It's just your mind didn't catch the silver leg or the red arm. Your mind saw it as just a gold C3PO and never changed it. And then, of course, you have the confusion, which is movie lines, like I was saying, and people remembering it different than it was. So for mine, let's go into the Star Wars, and we will go ahead and we'll start with Luke. I am your father, and that's not actually what he says. He says, "No, I am your father." Now, I don't remember it that way. Do you guys remember?
So he's been Luke.
Right.
Yeah, I remember it being repeated. Luke, I am your father. Like that was the thing that everybody said.
I'm
Right.
too young to remember that.
Everybody said it into their box fan in their house 10,000 times as a kid.
Oh my gosh, I did. And it's but see, that's one of those things where it kind of like fill in the blank, right? Um, I really wish I still had my VHS cassettes from back then, so I could put it back in and go, let's see if this is real, or is this a loophole? Is there a time? There are some people that say there was a time continuum. Um, was it a wormhole?
Time travelers.
Time travelers, stuff like that, going back and changing things. But it didn't.
Yes, it did.
So, but but we all know that James Earl Jones was the voice of Darth Vader, and when he was interviewed about it, he said no. The line was, "No, I am your father." James Earl Jones actually told everybody the truth. That was his line. Who would know that better than James Earl Jones? Him. Okay. So, so that one's kind of
George
been
Lucas?
George. Well, yeah,
Sorry.
Lucas, and
I couldn't think of his name.
yeah, and he did. And be honest, I mean, the sad thing is, I'm sitting there going, Luke Skywalker would know. I mean, really? Am I
Mark.
gonna? Yes, Mark Hamill.
feel-
But
I feel like that took Sean like 12 business days to respond to you.
George
Well, he
Lucas
does
gonna
work
sue
in-
somebody.
he does work in that kind of industry.
Well, it's Disney now,
Huh?
so Disney owns Star Wars.
Oh
So
God. So there's going to be
yeah.
all kinds of changes. There already has been a couple new changes. So and then the next, so we now know about Luke, C3PO. Now, I never ever saw C3PO in any other color but gold. Even when he was blasted into pieces and he was carried on the back of Chewbacca in Return of the was it Empire Strike Back, and they put back together for Return of the Jedi, I believe it was. When he was blasted into pieces and Chewbacca tried to put him back together, I never recall seeing Chewbacca put a freaking silver leg. I mean, it makes me wonder, did he just kind of walk down the hall and go, hey, you droid, come here, break his leg off and take it? I don't know, but I don't
See, and that
recall a
was-
silver one.
I didn't recall a silver one, but I remember seeing like toys on the shelves in the 2000s with like a gold or a silver leg, and I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I also wasn't a huge Star Wars nerd, so maybe it was part of the cartoon series, but I don't remember it being in the original films that way.
Right. No, I don't either.
The only film I recall seeing him have a silver leg in was the one that we went to see with Otto, and that was in, he was at least 5, so 2018 ish.
Okay, so that would have been 2018.
Yeah,
Oh, that would have been one of the newer movies.
One of the
Right.
remasters, maybe.
which I would assume that prior to that, the Mandela Effect came out. So then, like, it, I don't know. In my opinion, that makes it null and void because it's the newer one.
Yeah,
I assume when they're talking about the Mandela Effect, it's the older ones that we all grew up with.
correct. And yeah, and that's what, and pretty much all the Mandela effects for Star Wars are all based off the first 3 movies. After that, they just kind of, it's whatever. I don't, and honestly, if I start thinking about all the other movies, the other 6 movies that have been made, the only time I remember C3PO being anything different was when his head got knocked off and put on a different robot, and he was, and he was being dragged by R2D2 by the head, and he goes, this, what a drag. Isn't that what he says?
I don't know. I don't remember that one.
Something similar.
I haven't
to
watched the new ones.
that. Oh, okay. So, but and then there was the part, and I never saw this. C3PO had a red left arm. I don't know. The toys have a red left arm. They say that at the end of Return of the Jedi, he had a silver right leg from the knee down and a left red arm.
I just remember him being gold.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember.
he was
either.
gold. In Return of the Jedi, I remember him floating through the air over the Ewoks, and he was gold. Didn't have a silver leg either. But that's what they say. There is. So, and then one last thing with Star Wars, and we'll let it go, because Star Wars, I mean, this has been talked about so many times, but this is one I don't think I've ever really heard too much about. But the lightsabers in A New Hope. Me growing up, it was always blue was the Jedi's, red was the dark side,
Yoda had green.
and then Yoda. No, Yoda didn't have a lightsaber. Yoda didn't even show a lightsaber
Somebody
until
had a
the
green
new.
one.
He did, and in the second trilogy, that was the
Okay.
only time we ever saw him with a lightsaber. Because in the first three, that he was
Trainer.
a trainer and he didn't need one, and then he died in Empire Strikes Back right at the very beginning.
Way
So
to
you
have a
n-
spoiler alert.
So you never
Listen,
never
that's like
saw him
50 years old now.
with a
Hey, if someone
lightsaber.
hasn't seen it, now you spoiled it for them. Now you spoiled it.
Well, if you haven't seen it by now, you get some. You really need some education.
Spoiler alerts lose after about 2 years.
Yeah, we're way beyond spoiler alert. So, but from what I have been told, that somewhere in the movie, Luke Skywalker rebuilt his dad's lightsaber in the first one of the three trilogies, and I believe it was Return of the Jedi is when they talked about his new lightsaber. And when he gave himself up to Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi, when they were down with the Ewoks, Darth Vader had his lightsaber, and a stormtrooper said he was only armed with this. And Darth Vader took it and said, "It looks like your training is complete." And he turns the lightsaber on, and it was green. I never saw a green one. It was blue. But they're saying in Return of the Jedi, it was a green lightsaber that came on, and you only see it for a glimpse because you see more of the glow of the lightsaber because he turns it on, and they're focusing on Luke as he's kind of using that Jedi power to whether or not he's about to be attacked by Darth Vader from behind, because Darth Vader's behind him. So you actually see a green glow, and I don't remember that either, but it happens. So that's the first time
I'm
you
gonna
ever
have to rewatch all of them.
Yeah, that's the first time you ever realize, unless you really, really paying attention, the first time you actually find out that there was a third colored lightsaber. And it wasn't until all the new movies came out. There's purple and there's pink and there's red and there's green and there's blue and orange.
The red came out
So-
with Darth Maul, right?
Correct.
Or is
Darth Maul was the first one to be red. Well, no, not red. Excuse me. He was the first one to have the double lightsaber
Yeah,
where
the
it,
dual.
yeah, where it was like a big stick, which is pretty badass if you ask me. I liked him.
Yeah.
I wish he lasted longer than what he did. And with that, that's all I have for my Mandela. Star Wars is easy peasy lemon squeezy to the point. I think we've all talked about it and killed this horse, so I'm going to pass it on over here to Smacky.
Me.
Oh, we go up there to Jenna. Jenna's.
I want to go. Sorry, I'm super excited about this because so one of the first ones that I picked was, of course, Mickey Mouse. I have an obsession with him in general. Like since I was little. And I didn't know until recently, so I don't know how well known this is, but apparently the Mandela effect with Mickey Mouse is that he's never had suspenders, not even as Steamboat Willie, which suspenders. This is the 1980s Mickey Mouse, and granted he's wearing a different outfit, but still, he definitely had suspenders, in my opinion. They also tried to say that Steamboat Willie never had a tail. And so
Willie definitely had a tail.
that's not what the Mandela effect says.
Mickey
so
doesn't
there's
have
like
a
a
tail.
couple.
Yes, he does.
Did.
Mickey didn't. Steamboat Willie did.
And so I think what happened was I think there was confusion that there was not this is my theory that Mickey doesn't have suspenders because the modern Mickey does not have suspenders. And so like Mickey kind of had a comeback in, I want to say it was like 2004-ish when Mickey Mouse Clubhouse came back out and stuff and became really popular with kids again. And he did not have suspenders. But I very distinctly remember him having suspenders. This is not the only Mickey I have that has suspenders on them. And so I will die on the hill that those suspenders have always existed, especially because there is an episode with, again, Steamboat Willie, where he grabs his suspenders before he goes to turn the wheel on the ship. And I called my father and verified, called my mother. I'm like, these are people who had like a little bit more memory when those things came out. So maybe I am misremembering. And they said, no, there was definitely a tail. There was definitely suspenders.
There's definitely a boy now.
We'll put that up on the
Don't worry, we'll
screen,
just play
shall we?
we'll just play the Steamboat Willie song for him walking in.
He was trying. Okay. So yeah, that was like, I was kind of surprised that that was one of the things that was a Mandela effect, because I like I said, I will die on this hill. He's always had suspenders, and he definitely had a tail in the earlier versions. So then one of the other Disney things that I kind of researched or was looking up on is that they are saying that Tinkerbell never went over the logo of Disney in the beginning of movies. And they did change it, but she flies over.
I don't think she flies over. She flies across the screen in front of it and then turns around and goes bling.
That's the bing. Yeah, they're saying that never happened.
Bullshit.
The Mandela effect.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
If she didn't do that, she was the Stardust that flew over the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah.
The Stardust that flew over the castle. They said that that was not Tinkerbell, but it's very okay. I need to make this very clear. My grandmother literally was a collector of every single Disney movie on VHS that could possibly be known to man. And that is what I would do every single weekend that I was there while my parents were playing card games, is we would watch Disney movie after Disney movie. And that is something that absolutely happened at the beginning of every single one. You cannot tell me otherwise. It happened.
Right.
So Disney changed it when it became the newer Disney, in probably, I want to say, again, the 2000s, when they've been changing the way that things are done. But it absolutely happened.
I remember clear as day. I see her flying onto the screen, going across the name Disney. She turns around with her wand and goes plink, and then kind of gives like the little, I don't know, she kind of flutters in front of the screen and goes off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They line like a fly.
So, yeah, that was one that really bothers me. And then
Tinkerbell's
this
not
one
a fairy.
drives me nuts. Huh?
Tinkerbell's not a fairy. She's a pixie.
Okay, pixie.
I got that wrong on trivia question.
No,
Nope.
She's we've watched all the Tinkerbell. She's a tinker pixie, and then you have the spring pixies and the animal ones and all that.
It was fair.
I know you and the wives wouldn't watch it, and all the husbands would sit down with the kids and watch it. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
All
whatever.
the soldiers on a couch watching Tinkerbell. You're damn right.
That's
it
true.
happened.
I actually have a photo of all the soldiers sitting and watching Tinkerbell. Okay.
I grew up with my kids watching Disney, and I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times. I think we probably melted a couple of VHS tapes back in the day watching the freaking Disney movie. I think we put a groove in the DVDs of certain ones that our kids had to watch. Can we watch it? Can we watch it? Yeah, okay. And it was, but yeah, the pixie chick or whatever it is, she came across the screen.
Yeah. Okay. The final one for me that this drives me batty, because I very distinctly remember that Jif peanut butter. There was never a Jiffy peanut butter. And so there's two different things that I remember. So, and this is why I'm like, well, maybe I was wrong. But I could have sworn my mom used to get Jiffy peanut butter, and it was on the lower shelf because it was the less expensive peanut butter. So then I was like, okay, maybe I am misremembering it, and I remember as Jif with two F's, which would make sense because then as a kid, I could see how I would think it was Jiffy, because I'm just like spewing off random words. And the argument is that there's Jiffy brand cornbread, so maybe that's what you're thinking of. Granted, my mom did make Jiffy cornbread at some point. I definitely was not confusing it because I distinctly remember the peanut butter jar. And so if it was not Jiffy, it definitely was Jif with 2 F's. And they swear up and down it was never Jif with 2 F's. So I'm not sure. I don't know how you guys remember it, but I remember there was definitely either a Jiffy or a Jif with 2 F's.
I remember it being Jif. But I also know that as a kid, we would always say Jiffy. Even though it wasn't Jiffy, it was actually Jif. I remember it being Jif.
I feel like their ads called it Jiffy.
Yeah, and I agree with that. It's almost like during the ad, the peanut butter would say Jif, but the kids are like, "Mom, can I have some Jiffy?" And they just left it, and we got mind effed by it.
And so that's what I was just going to talk on. So that was something I called my dad and my mom. And this was one that like they both agreed. Both my mom and dad were like, I don't know so much. And my dad said, no, I think it was Jiffy, but I could be wrong because I'm pretty sure they had a peanut for their
mascot.
What's it called? Mascot. Thank you. Mascot. And his name was Jiffy. And that's what the kids called the peanut. So maybe that's why there was a misconception. He goes, but I'm not sure because I could have sworn that it was Jiffy as well.
Did Jiffy? No, Jiffy didn't have the peanut mascot.
No, that's Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, that's Mr. Peanut. Right.
I don't know. I don't know what my dad's remembering, but I definitely remember.
The question of that one though is, did he have the?
Yes, he had a monocle. We're not him and Mr. Monopoly both had a monocle. We're not. Nope. That's not even one of mine on the list, but I'll die on that hill. Because, A, why would Dana Carvey be like, oh, it's Mr. Monopoly Man when a guy wore a monocle in Master of Disguise? And why would us as kids always take the quarter and put it in our eye to act like we had a monocle?
Ace Ventura did it too.
Yes.
When the guy came, he looked like freaking Mr. Monopoly, had the monocle in, and it's the Monopoly guy. Sorry, we're getting off subject here, but yeah, the peanut guy was not from Jif. Which would make sense.
Mr. Peanut.
It was Mr. Peanut. Or what? Now
I've
got to Google it.
I know, and I forgot to look that up because it was like one of those comments that he said after I had already looked everything up, and I was like, no, but I definitely, like you said, I think I remember that's probably why I thought it was Jiffy, because there's definitely commercials where kids were calling it Jiffy.
I don't know. I was poor. I got store brand.
Hold on. You said 2 F's, right?
Yeah.
I'm on their website right now. It's 1 F.
Yeah.
Now it is.
Yeah, now it is.
That's baloney. That's baloney.
It insists that it was never 2 F's. I'm like, yes, it was. It was at very minimum 2 F's.
Yep, we have it in our pantry.
I am looking for a freaking mascot. They've got me mad now.
Trying to gaslight all of us out of our childhood memory.
Put me on a freaking mission now. I'm about to prove somebody wrong with a stupid peanut.
I don't know. She's got a mouthful.
Kind of like Fruit of the Loom and their cornucopia.
And yes, they've always had a cornucopia. I don't care. They've actually come out and said at one point that they did have a cornucopia and they've done a logo change.
Nut lover. I'm sorry, Mel. You're muted.
There. I pushed it, but I think I pushed it back. I'm just listening.
Like, she went to say something and no sounds coming through. Okay.
Just saying.
What is the mascot's name, Jiffy?
Damn it. I just solved the problem with the mascot. Now you want a damn name?
She really doesn't. She's jamming hummus in her face right now. So she can't even talk because she's got a mouthful of hummus. Meanwhile, if you guys can't see it, in his glasses, he's got 19 screens up. He looks like the hacker sitting behind
his
me.
reflection.
Yeah, he's got like 4 monitors, and he's got a giant TV above him. He is very spoiled.
He's getting to the bottom of this.
Making me feel
When you
poor
were
over
here,
with
did
my
you get to
two.
see his office? When you were here? Oh, no, you didn't come
No,
over
I
the
didn't
house,
get to
right?
come over.
Yeah.
Making me feel poor with my 2 screens.
I'm on my laptop. Okay.
It's like, shut up, bitch.
So
I have
while
2
he
screens
does
for
the
work, but
research-
not for this.
While he does the research in that, who designed the U.S. flag? Who do you guys remember designing the U.S. flag?
Betsy
Anyone?
Ross. Betsy Ross. Betsy Ross,
Ross.
right?
You would think that. That's what I remember. That's what I was
Yeah.
taught. Barbie, is that who you were taught? Sitting on the porch
don't-
sewing.
I don't remember learning.
So it was definitely, there is no evidence that Betsy Ross had anything to do with the flag, from the design to anything.
BBG has
What you
a
got, BBG?
revelation.
I'm gonna
Did you
point.
find his name?
I'm gonna put something on the screen. So Jif Peanut Butter mascot was not a peanut. It was a kangaroo named Jiffaroo.
Oh,
Wasn't that Skippy?
we broke. So he's
Skipperoo?
gone. John is officially broken.
It's like the little kangaroo Dunkaroos. Oh, I'm thinking Dunkaroos. The
You're
little
thinking
Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos definitely was a
Damn it.
kangaroo.
Now I'm gonna start searching that. What's going on here?
So
Yeah, I remember it being Betsy Ross. But I mean, you know, they've
so
Definitely Betsy
there's
Ross.
there's no true evidence that she had anything from the design down to anything. I remember being taught that like George Washington went to her and said, "Hey, we need a design for the American flag," and she sewed it up. The true credit goes to Frances Hopkins, who had a
Who?
lot. Frances Hopkins. Yep.
That's not what my history teacher told me.
Nope.
I was lied to.
In research with Francis Hopkins, he had a lot to do with like the Bill of Rights and all that too. Like he was heavily involved back in the day. I've
So
never
you
heard of
you mean to tell me we all know the name Betsy Ross, but none of us knows the name of Francis, whatever you just said?
Francis Hopkins, and the only reason I can remember that is because of a football player, DeAndre Hopkins. The only
DeAndre.
reason I can remember.
That's wild.
History is it's changing all the time. How many oceans do we have?
Technically one, but they named it 7 different things.
Right.
That's the continents.
But technically,
many
there's
oceans
one
are there?
ocean. I don't care. There's one. You can say the Atlantic, Pacific, and wherever else.
Indian.
But it's all one. Where are you drawing a border in the water?
In school, we were taught 4. There's 5 because they
Yeah.
just recently changed one and made it 5 oceans now. Just a fun fact on our history there, and that what they teach us in school.
Nope, it's one. That's all I care about. If I touch
What
it on
was
the
before
East
you were
Coast,
taught?
They add another ocean like back in the early 2000s. I was already out of school.
Wait, but what were the 4 you learned? I'm counting
Pacific,
'em.
Indian,
Mhm.
Arctic,
Atlantic.
and Atlantic, and now there's the Southern Ocean.
What?
hmm
Wait, Southern what?
There's a Southern
Mississippi.
Ocean. Look it up.
Fuck.
That's where Betsy Ross is.
Okay. BBG, you're not allowed to answer this because I know we had this conversation on the sidebar.
I'll mute.
What were the pyramids in Giza designed for?
Oh, I know.
I don't know. There's some theories on it. I think either it was a tomb or they were like used to communicate with aliens. Like there's certain.
I
there's
agree with both
different
of
theories.
those. I was taught in school that the Great Pyramids were tombs for the pharaohs, and they
Yeah,
were
that's what I
built to home anything. There is no evidence ever been found that they were ever used as tombs. All of the pharaohs that were found were in a valley near there called the Valley of the Kings, but there have been no remains ever found in the pyramids.
But we were
So
all
they
taught
were-
that.
I know.
So they are just communication devices, or were they
That's
living
what I
in them?
think. I've watched enough Ancient Aliens to know that
Me-
that's
yep.
what they're for.
They're like ping, 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 ping. That's what fascinates me.
The two in Dallas should know the answer to this question. So JFK was riding in an open-top 1961 Lincoln Continental 4-door convertible. How many people were riding in it with him?
5.
I thought they were the
4 plus
driver, the driver, then the person in the front seat, the secret saver, and then his wife
Bodyguard.
with him next to him.
There's a bodyguard in the back seat
Jackie O.
and his wife, and then him.
No, it's just
So-
Jackie O.
So you're saying 5?
5.
I said there was 3 other people in the car with him, so 4 total. 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Okay. Barbie's having a sidebar, so I'll wait. We'll skip her answer. You think 3? The correct answer is
3,
6
my
people.
lord. 3.
The correct answer is 6.
6.
It was actually 3 rows. So you had the driver, Secret Service, the vice president, whatever his wife is called, the
Jackie O.
Mrs. Vice President, JFK.
Did you really just say whoever his wife was?
The vice
For the
president's
vice
wife.
president? Yeah.
Or
What
the
do you
vice
call the vice?
president? I thought you said the
Who
president's
the hell
wife. I
even
was like,
remembers
bro.
who the vice president was, much less the president's wife?
Well, he became president, so hopefully everybody remembers who he was.
I don't remember. I'm not good with history.
Me neither. And then, Jackie sitting next to him, picking his brains up off the deck lid. But everybody pretty much remembers it as a 4-seater vehicle.
Yeah.
That's why I
but-
thought there were only 3 people.
Yeah. And they say that there are a bunch of museums that have replica cars that are all 4-seaters. And how do you miss a big detail of an entire row in the vehicle, down to even the Secret Service reports state that it was a 4-seater vehicle.
Okay, but I swear I saw the video of it and there were only 3 people in that freaking vehicle.
Yep. Go ahead, watch the video again. You have to watch it from the one angle that they turn. So as they take one of the turns is where you can see all 3 rows. When it's coming at you, it looks like it's just 2 rows. Yeah. No. It blew my mind.
Mm.
I'll send you guys the video after. It messed me up.
Interesting.
I've been to the JFK museum where the shot was taken, and they have a 4-door sitting there with 4 seats in it. Like, and you're still muted, BBG.
They can't find a 3-seater because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. But
The
yeah,
president can have stuff we don't have, so I don't know.
Truth.
I want
Interesting.
the beast. That's the president's limo. That thing
If-
is untouchable.
If they have a
I want Air
3-seater
Force One.
and it was made for the president and he was shot in that car, you know what?
It would be in a museum somewhere.
It's hidden away from everybody because that's got evidence for whenever we can figure it all out later.
For the
Shots
magic
came from in the
bullet-
car.
For the magic bullet that went through him. Somehow missed the first vice president's wife, hit the bodyguard, bounced off the dash, and then ended up backing him.
It's
That's because it came from in the
Skipped a
car.
complete row of seats.
We've got a movie called The Matrix. Have you not seen how they can curve bullets?
What was the other one? Where she hooks the
Angelina
bullet.
Jolie, where she does that. Wah!
Yeah, what is that?
and-
Wanted?
That Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right?
No.
No.
Is it Wanted?
I think
Salt?
it is.
Is it
no.
Salt where she's that tourist?
No, hold
Or
on.
Laura Croft Tomb Raider?
No, it's
Mm.
not Laura Croft.
don't
I know
remember.
that
I
movie.
definitely remember her doing
really
that. I
know
just
that
don't
movie.
remember which movie.
I
That
think it
your
is
spank bank
Wanted
stuff?
though. That was
I
back
think
when
that
she
was
was
it.
attractive, and then the whole blood thing, and yeah, she kind of dove
Yeah.
off.
That was way
Okay.
after. She did that when she was really. Anyway. Don't be spouting off on Angelina Jolie. She's a humanitarian. She's a good person.
It was Wanted in 2008.
Wanted. There you go.
Oh,
So, but those are the 3 I had. I figured the Betsy Ross and the JFK one would probably be the most controversial. Like the Betsy Ross one threw me for a loop to the point where the video I was watching I had to stop and like dig. That's kind of like us now just touching the moon for the first time. Go ahead.
We're not going there.
Sorry, I'd be sick.
Well, Mel, it's after you sip your tea, it's up to you. To bring us.
You want to play That's What She Said?
Ooh, that is what
Okay,
she said.
so in the movie Wizard of Oz, when she throws her monkeys out the window, like when all her monkeys start going, what does she say?
Fly, monkeys, fly.
Fly, my pretties, fly?
Or fly,
That's
my
what I
pretties,
think,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she never said it. She said fly, fly, fly.
No.
Oh,
Objection.
crap.
She never said that.
She did.
Never said that.
She
Fun
did.
fact: did you know all the flying monkeys were 3 inches tall and they were all Muppets or puppets? Me and Barbie have been to the Wizard of Oz museum.
Okay.
Sorry, I had another interruption.
You're okay. What did the lady say when she threw her monkeys in the Wizard of Oz out the window? What'd she say to them?
I don't remember.
Fly, my pretties, fly?
That sounds right.
Yeah, she said fly, fly, fly.
Bullshit.
No.
In Snow White, remember when she says mirror, mirror on the wall?
Who's the fairest
Yes.
of them all?
She never said that. She said magic mirror on the wall.
Nope.
So here's my theory on that.
Baloney.
Never
and it might
said
be
it.
because I watched it. I think, doesn't she say magic mirror and then mirror, mirror, magic mirror on the wall?
It's just
And that's
magic
where it
mirror.
came. No, well, I don't know. I definitely remember
My
it being mirror,
daughter
mirror.
watched the out of that movie. That was the one when I said we burned a groove into that some biatch. That was one of them, and it's mirror, freaking mirror, 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 mirror.
Well, there is one. I have seen one, and I don't know if it was a remake or the original, where they do say magic mirror. It's not the one that they say who the fairest of them is all is, but there is an interaction where they call it a magic mirror. But when they ask who the fairest of it all is, it's mirror, mirror on the wall.
Get rid of these time
That's what I thought too, but it says magic mirror. In Lord of the Rings, when Gandalf, after he's fighting the Balrog and he falls, what does he yell to them?
Ow, my leg.
He says, run, you fools, run.
Fly, you fools.
Yeah, he says, fly, you fools. Some people are like, no, he said, run.
I don't know.
There's another one.
The whole movie was about walking. Even
I
the
was
trees
going to say,
walk.
I saw that movie so long ago, I can't even remember.
Fly, you fools.
He never says, beam me up, Scotty. He says, beam us up. He says,
No.
Scotty, beam us up.
Baloney.
It was never beam me up, Scotty. Scotty, beam us up.
I don't know. I hear it being quoted, beam me up, Scotty, quite a bit. Even my mama says it.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. When she says it to Toto, she said, I got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
No,
she actually
did
said.
not.
She did not.
So she actually said, and then I got one more for she said, remember when in Silence of the Lambs, when he says, hello, Clarice.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently like that never happened, but he
nope, he said good morning.
Hello.
He never said hello, Clarice. He said good morning.
No. And why would we all walk around, hello, Clarice?
I know, right? It's crazy. And then there's one other one. Do you remember the iconic Tom Cruise in the button-down shirt and Risky Business? He's sliding across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where he's singing.
And he's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
He never wore sunglasses.
Yes, he did because he throws them.
It's on the movie poster, but not in the movie. It's not in the movie. It's only on the movie poster. He never wore sunglasses in the movie.
Objection. Next thing you're gonna tell me is Footloose isn't about dancing.
I know some of these are like, wait, what?
That's wild.
Lucy never said, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Like from I Love Lucy. I always thought he said, explain that if you can.
What? No, he's definitely said, Lucy, you've got splaining to do.
Yep, that's what I thought too. He said, Lucy, splain. But he never said, Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
I'm texting my sister because she is an I Love Lucy freaking fanatic.
Who is this?
Smokey the
Smokey the
freaking
Bear.
bear. Only
It's Smokey
you
Bear, not Smokey the
can
Bear.
prevent
It's Smokey Bear.
forest fires.
It's just
No,
Smokey
it's
Bear. It's not
Smokey the
Smokey.
Bear.
It's just Smokey Bear. There's no the. Oop, I don't know if you can see it.
Lies.
He's
What
based off
color
a real
was-
California bear that survived a forest fire.
And he actually, there was a conspiracy about him saying, only you can prevent forest fires. Apparently, he didn't.
That's
say
a
that.
lot of responsibility for me. I can't do that. Only I can do that. No, that's way
Well,
too
that's
much
back when everybody
responsibility.
was smoking and throwing their cigarettes out the window.
We're still doing that.
Tony the Tiger. What color is his nose?
Black.
Orange.
Yeah.
It's blue.
What's that?
There's nothing blue about that thing.
Yeah, look at the box. Look up a box of
Who the
Frosted
hell would-
Flakes.
Who the hell in their freaking
Look it up.
company went, hey, let's give this tiger a blue nose.
Did I blow your mind?
Make it look like
Oh, it
he's
is
been
blue. We're
sniffing
not
snow.
friends.
No way.
Yep.
I ain't even looking it up. It's just gonna piss me off.
What color is chartreuse?
Pink.
It is chartreuse. Did
It's
I
like
do that?
a
Like
form
what
of-
shade of it?
It's
It's like
whatever
a
color you tell me it is.
it's like a
Yeah.
dusty rose type pink, isn't it?
It's green.
What the fuck? No, it's not.
It's green. I always thought it was too. I always thought it was like a pink color. It's green. A magenta is what the pink one is, and chartreuse is green.
I feel like I need a box of popcorn right now.
See, these time travelers, they be messing with stuff. I tell you.
Aha. His original nose color was black.
Was it?
I
I
don't
I
was
know.
remember all
saying.
these lines
I'm s-
differently.
I'm snipping a picture of it and sending it in our chat.
You're gonna need it says we're gonna need a bigger boat from Jaws. He never said. It said you're gonna need a bigger boat. What are those little square cheese crackers called?
Prison crackers.
Like the little one in the
Crackers.
box, little square ones. What do they called?
Cheese crackers.
Cheese it?
Oh, Cheez-Its,
Or
yeah.
What do they call it?
Cheez-Its.
Cheez it?
Is it?
There's no Z on it. It's just Cheese It. It's not Cheez Its.
Bull crap.
It's Cheese It.
Oh,
I
crap.
would call them Cheez Its.
They're
I've al-
Cheez Its.
They are
I've always-
ruining.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I will
Okay.
say that I've never seen the Z, but I've always pronounced it Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
Because there's more than one in there.
People are trying
Is
to
it
ruin my
Bernstein
life.
or is it Bernstein?
Oh God.
It was Steen when I was growing up.
It was Bernstein for me.
There's a stain in my shorts thinking about that.
You be nasty.
It's Bernstein.
I'm
Only
like,
his
I
shorts.
swear, I'm pretty sure I even from like when Otto was first learning to read, I'm pretty sure I have some from then, and it was EIN.
That's what I thought too. But they're like, no, there's none. But some people have been able to produce books showing it. That's really weird. Nobody knows what happened. People are like time travelers. I don't necessarily believe that, but anything's possible.
We're just hopping different timelines. It's fine.
They're all intersecting parallel universes.
I love when there's like people that do TikTok videos on the Mandela effect, and she's like, "Are you from the same timeline as me, or are you from a different one?" And she'll like bring up certain things, and if you agree with her, you're from the same timeline. But if not, you're from a different timeline.
Well,
Like
yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
there's a theory out there that in 2012 our timeline ended and we skipped over when CERN started the machine. We merged with a different timeline, and that's when the Mandela effect started coming out.
Possible.
Because the Mandela was named after Mandela because everyone thought he died in 1980s when he was in prison, but he didn't. He didn't die until like years later, and everybody
There you
remembers
go.
him dying. And that's why they named it Mandela,
There you go.
the Mandela effect.
Guy's a
Did Al
jerk.
Capone did Al Capone die on the rock when he was in prison, or did he die 8 years after getting out of prison in
Ooh.
Miami, Florida?
I know.
No,
Because
I
you
told
and I
you the
talked
answer
about
to
it.
this.
Yeah, I thought Al Capone died in prison.
I did
No,
too.
They
he
never
died
found
8
Jimmy
years.
Hoffa.
He died 8 years after in Florida with his family around his bedside in his
That's crazy.
luxurious mansion.
So I'm curious to how many. I've caught myself watching movies now where I'm really starting to pay more attention to detail on them because I want to know what happens 10 years from now when I look at a movie and they're like, "Oh, did you know that in
You
Lord
can't remember what happened yesterday. You're not going to remember what happened in a movie you watch now. Oh, come on. You walk in the kitchen, you look around, go, why am I here? You're not going to remember. You're not going to remember.
But he's been doing that for 20 years. So.
You can't even remember. What did you just say? Tell me what you just said.
You just interrupted me, so I don't know.
Exactly. You're not going to remember what you saw 10 years ago.
No,
You're
but
not going to
10
remember.
years, if I watch a movie now and I think about, okay, so what happened here, and I'm paying really close attention to every single thing that happens, like you mentioned Lord of the Rings. As soon as you said Lord of the Rings and Gandalf falling, it says "Fly, you fool." When he first did it, I thought he said "Run, you fools," and I
You
never
fools.
and I never really looked at it. And then after the millions of times we watched it, I was like, I stopped it and rewound it. I was like, what did he say? And he says, fly. And his hair kind of goes, whoof, goes, fly. So his breath blew his hair up, said, fly, you fools. And I'm like, why would he tell him to fly? Why did he just tell him to freaking run? Run, dumbasses, run. His arrows coming at
Because
you.
Gandalf
Breathing.
is cool.
Yeah, he was.
Ye-
He was.
That's
So
right.
I'm a
I
huge Lord
start
of the Rings
thinking
nerd.
that what kind of Mandelas are coming for us in the future. I really do. I want to start keeping because everything's digital download. I want to download everything digitally, store it onto a little thumb drive, and stick it in a drawer and not touch it. And then when they say, "Oh, this and this and this and this and Jiffy and blah 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 blah," I want to be able to pull it out and go, "Bullshit! I got it on thumb drive." So that means somebody would have to come in, grab the thumb drive out of my desk. One of these stupid time traveler jerks come and take it out of my desk and go, "Ha!"
The moment you plug it
Okay.
into your
about-
system, it's
Wait.
going to change it.
What about Sinbad?
What
Yeah,
about
he
him?
was never in
Genie?
Shazam. That wasn't that Shaq.
No, that
Sinbad was
another
in
guy.
something else.
No, Sinbad was not Shaq first. Sinbad was that other actor.
No, in
Kazam.
Shazam. Did Sinbad ever play a wizard, or not a wizard, a genie?
Yeah,
No.
they said he did, but I don't remember because I don't remember the movie
Yeah, I remember
Kazam.
him
So
clear as day doing it.
No, he wasn't a genie.
Do you know what
He's actually come out and admitted that it was, but he's paid so much money to have it erased from the internet, and he's bought every copy that he could possibly find to destroy the movie
See?
because
but why? What's the difference?
it was
Who cares?
such a
Who really cares?
horrible movie.
Nobody
It
owned it
was-
anyway, so it's easy to destroy.
Yeah, it was a garbage movie. And then
Nobody
they
watched it.
re-released Shazam with what it is
That's
now.
Shaq, right?
I don't know who plays it now.
Or Kazam. I like the new
Yes,
Yeah,
was
Shazam.
like
Shaq and it was
Kazam.
Kazam.
Oh, Kazam,
There's
yeah.
Shazam and there's Kazam.
I like the
Yeah.
Shazam movies.
Kazam.
And then
is
there's-
good.
Kazam
There's
was
a
the Shaq
theory
one.
about why they released Frozen. Disney did, because it used to be one of the top Google searched items was, is Walt Disney frozen under, somewhere.
Yeah, because he was going to freeze his head, right? For like
Yeah, he was gonna
cryo
freeze-
something.
Cryo freeze something. So everybody was always Google searching Walt Disney Frozen. So now if you Google it, now you find Frozen.
Which is like their biggest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
I honestly have to say I do not like their live actions. I don't like any of them. Well, that's not
That's
true. I
not
like
bad.
Cruella and I like Maleficent.
Stitch wasn't
I don't-
bad. To me.
I like quite a few of them. Like the live action Beauty and the Beast was done pretty well.
That was okay. But like I liked Cruella was really good. And so was the Maleficent
Cruella was
movies.
phenomenal.
But The
What-
Little Mermaid, I couldn't even finish it. It was so bad. It was
What's
so
the
bad.
one with Hiccup? Is that Universal or is that Disney?
That's no, that's DreamWorks. That's How to Train Your
DreamWorks.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know
we're
what
a
I
huge
think the
DreamWorks
Mandela
fan.
is going to be in 10 years? Everybody's going to think that it was a Lafufu and not a Labubu.
A Lafufu is the off brand.
I know.
Yeah.
They're going to just think that's all it was.
Does Curious George have a tail?
No.
No, he doesn't. Which is weird for a monkey not to have a tail.
I had a Curious George. I was into Curious George. The man in the yellow hat.
You also had a sock monkey when we met. I don't know what happened to it. I didn't make you get rid of any of that stuff.
I don't know. I think we lost in the in the garage there in Oceanside with the roaches.
And then Pikachu always had a
Yeah.
black tip tail.
I don't really know Pokemon, so I don't know. They were saying that he only had a yellow tip. He doesn't have a black tip, right?
That's a lie. He's had a black tip.
I don't know enough about it. I remember seeing some of the pictures of him, but I honestly don't remember much about Pikachu.
Pikachu, huh?
You'll find it both ways now because
It's-
they've redesigned it to where there's both of them now.
And he's more aesthetically pleasing with the black tail. Probably because I was so used to seeing him with the black tip tail, but
He doesn't have a black tip at all. All the pictures I'm
No.
looking at right now, no black tip. No
look
black
up
tip.
Mandela Effect because it's what.
Yeah, because on the Mandelas, people are saying they remember him with the black tip on the tail.
Anything else that we have to add to this Mandela effect before we continue to get off topic?
Oh no, penguin with cat ears. I have nothing.
No, I think we went over all
The
of it.
boobs.
The cornucopia with Fruit of the Loom. That was one of like the only other ones I had. So yeah.
They can drop them below. There's so
Yeah.
many we haven't even covered. There's so
I'm
many.
sure.
Sex and the City. I always thought it was Sex in the City. It's Sex and the City.
Thought we were done.
I think it was just their pronunciation because I remember it being Sex and the City, but
And
I remember it being in, and I've watched.
I was
everything since.
always having sex in the city.
Oh my god. You
Them
need
was
help?
a bunch of hoes. I'm just trying to.
We
match
need
my
some
screensaver
BetterHelp
behind me.
sponsorships here.
BetterHelp sponsorships.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Is it-
BetterHelp.com, not a sponsor.
Are they connected to hymns? Not a sponsor.
Would you
All right.
remember to take
Or
it if you had it?
manscaping, Not a
No.
sponsor.
That's the problem with my. I have medication to help me with my memory. I just can't remember to take the medication.
But in 10 years, you'll remember these movies. So
I can write it down. I just don't
I can
remember
write
where.
it
I
you
wrote
remember
it
where you
down.
put the book.
We have a podcast, so you can go back and watch the podcast.
He'll
Spank
put
you.
it in a safe spot, but we won't
Yeah.
remember what the safe spot is.
Story of my life. I don't know how I became a truck driver. I can find my direction from point A to point B and back without even a flaw in it. But I can't remember what the hell I did yesterday. What did I do yesterday?
And things like that happen.
You went to work and came home and watched football or something.
No,
No,
that was
just
today.
wrestling. You watched wrestling and you watched
Wrestling
college
and
football.
Longhorns. Yeah.
What did I do?
Go Horns.
yesterday?
So
Went to
I can
Walmart.
remember what you did, but you cannot.
I went to Walmart and then was told I'm not allowed to get a cane.
Oh my.
I have some. I'll send you. I got like 4.
No, I found a couple pimp canes for my limp. Barbie won't let me get them.
All right, folks. Well, I think we've actually put a stamp of either approval or non-approval on the whole Mandela effect here at Two Couples, One Podcast. But if you've got anything new that you want us to talk about, or if you can think of something, just throw them down in the comments. We'll be more than happy to reply to your comments. And please, by all means, hit that follow button, like, subscribe, follow, blah 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 blah. You know that.
Click
You
the
know how it
buttons.
works. You know, hit all the buttons, and we will see you guys right back here at Two Couples, One Podcast. I'm John, and I'm signing off. Y'all have a great night.
Bye.
Hi,
Yeah, we'll read the comments if we remember. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, are we live?